IELTS or OET? You got the same question? Just like I do? Oh, okay, if you got the same question, looks like you're from a health sector, like you are maybe a doctor or a nurse. Is that right? Well, this question is valid. So many health professionals are confused that which test can guarantee better score. This video will help you decide that which one is more suitable for you. Hello, welcome again. This is Rashid, Head of Department, SACHET School of Languages. Today's we're going to talk about the differences between OET and IELTS. So this means that this video is going to be specifically for the health professionals. This video is basically motivated by lots of questions that I received from doctors and nurses, and they tell me that they're very excited about the news that OET, it has been launched in our country, Pakistan as well. Now they have got more options. So here's everything that you need to know. One similarity is that both of these tests, they are a reflection of your language skills in all the four modules like reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Another similarity is that it shows your current level of English language skills in all of these modules. But there are differences as well. Now, the first difference is that OET is still not being offered at so many venues. Even if you decide to apply today for sitting OET test, you may have to wait another 2 to 3 months before you actually sit the test, because there is a long queue and the venues are very, very few. But on the other hand, if you go for IELTS, like it's being offered maybe 4 to 5 times in a day. And in contrast to OET, IELTS has two formats, like you can go for the paper-based, you can also go for the computer-based test. And even if you're going for the computer-based test, you have got more options. Like nowadays, IDP is offering to allow you to have a computer-based test according to your choice of day, according to your choice of time even. So there are lots of options in IELTS, but you don't have those options in OET. And second difference, of course, is of fee. For IELTS, where you pay around 34,000 to 36,000 rupees in terms of whether you're going for UKVI or a simple academic test. But for OET, the price is twice as much. So this means that OET is quite an expensive test. So you may want to know before you go for that. Now, another difference is of format of the test, the content of both of these tests. In IELTS, the content is there is a variety of topics from where your skills are result. For example, the writing task can come from a topic of geology or from history, from parenting, and a lot of more. So this means that if you want to prepare for the writing essay, you'll have to go through lots of variety of topics. You need to have a good understanding of them. For example, if you are from law, if there is any question regarding crime or punishment, you might be using wonderful vocabulary because this is your subject. You have been into it for a long time, so like getting the vocabulary and then putting them on the paper wouldn't be a problem for you. And you will be having more ideas as well, since that this is your subject. But if you are from law and the question comes from a geology topic, so you might be all Greek. You wouldn't know that what exactly this question is about and how you would explain that. So it means that if you're going for IELTS, you need to have an understanding of a variety of topics. But for OET, the content would be medical. Like this is for sure that every time whenever you have to go for the writing, because there is only one letter that you have to write, there would always be a referral or discharge letter, but 99% it's usually referral letter. But you can also be asked to write down a transfer letter. So this means that in writing and in speaking as well, or reading, listening, same goes for all of these subtests. In OET, you get to appear into a test which is from medical content, something that you are very familiar with. So if you are more comfortable with the content in OET, because this is from your field, you might want to go for that. But if you think that you have a good command on a variety of topics that you can equally talk about them, you've got a very decent knowledge about and a decent vocabulary as well, then you can go for IELTS. So pick is yours. There is yet another difference, and I think this is the difference because of which most of the people or health professional, they go for OET. They opt that test, and that is the option of retaking. Yes, what I mean is that if you fail in any of the modules like writing in IELTS, you have to appear in all the 4 modules. But in OET, if you fail in one test, in one module, and in all other modules you have got B grade, you can retake that test. Okay, so this is quite catchy, isn't it? Like if you fail in one subtest, you don't have to blow through and work through all those subtests again. No, you can only go for the test that you have failed in and the subtest that you have failed in, and then you can clear that. But having said that, there are different institutional bodies that expect different criteria. There are institutes in which you may be applying further in the future after you pass your OET, who expect that you must clear all of these 4 tests in one sitting. While there are others who do not expect that. They require that you need to pass all of them, regardless how many times you have appeared in them, or whether you have done them in one sitting or you have taken them in parts. So this is another reason that some health professionals try to go for OET rather than IELTS. But here is something which I should warn you, all those health professionals who are going for OET, they probably think that it would be easier as compared to IELTS. It would be much easier. But what you must remember that although the content may be familiar, whatever letter that you will have to write will always be in a health setting. But the problem is that, again, this would be judging your language. And if you want to achieve B grade, this means that you will have to show a very high level of language. So even if the content is familiar, but if you don't have that level of language, you can never pass it. So you need to know what your level is. That having hours of practice in this test will not help you get better bands or get better score in OET. Just because you have practiced it, you can get better score. No, it won't happen. Very often students with lots of practice still they fail because they don't realize, they don't think that it's not a test of how well you have practiced this test, or how many times you have gone through it. It's a reflection of your language. If your reflection of language, if your language is slow, it's not up to the level of B grade, no matter how many times you go for the test, you will fail. Even if the content and it's familiar, it's in the medical setting, it doesn't make any difference. So you need to work on the language before you go for either of these 2 tests. You need to have a respectable level of language which can yield 7.5 bands in IELTS or B+ grade in OET. That's about it. So hopefully it was informative for you. But still you may have some more questions. You may still be confused. You may have other questions which this small video might not have covered. So you can reach us through our email, you can contact us, or you can call us, or you can even leave a message in the comments down below. Hope to see you in next video. Bye-bye.